2023 Toyota BZ4X review. Bad name, decent EV. The 2023 Toyota BZ4X might have a dumb name and a wacky face, but it's still a smooth, comfortable electric SUV that feels like a Toyota. I've always said that familiarity breeds comfort when it comes to getting longtime drivers to consider an electric vehicle, and in that sense, the BZ4X is ready to put in some work. The quirkiest parts of the BZ4X are all front-loaded, literally and metaphorically, with the vehicle getting more and more normal as you pass beyond first impressions. The concave front bumper gives the BZ4X an avian appearance. It picks up a whole lot of bugs like a bird, too, while the off-color fender bleeds all the way around to the front, like someone didn't change the sensitivity of Photoshop's fill tool. It may look quite weird in photos, but everything gels pretty well in person. The weirdness continues upon opening the door. The BZ4X's interior is daring for a Toyota, with an instrument cluster pushed to a HUD-like position, a long dashboard swathed in fabric and a positively Brobdingnagian center console that rises up to meet a massive infotainment display. It's a very funky layout for the driver, but it's not hard to get used to. Just take that bumper car-sized steering wheel, point it at what feels like your belly button and Bob's your uncle. I love the use of textured fabric on the dashboard, and the faux leather seats feel comfy, but there's an awful lot of hard plastic throughout. The glossy black finish on the center console is annoying in direct sunlight, too, as it constantly tries to sear a hole in my retina. Sunglasses should come with every purchase. As you may expect from an SUV with a Toyota badge, the BZ4X offers practicality in spades. The door pockets are deep and capacious, and the same can be said for the huge undertray below the shifter. The wireless charger gets its own dedicated space, which is good, because the storage under the center armrest is surprisingly limited. The rear seats offer solid headroom and excellent legroom. Moving farther back, the 27.7 cubic foot cargo area is decently large and free of protrusions that hinder loading and unloading. While it's enough storage for a family, and more than you get from a Hyundai Ioniq 5, 27.2 cubic feet, or a Kia EV6, 24.4 cubic feet, the Toyota lags behind the Ford Mustang Mach-E, 29.7 cubic feet, and the Volkswagen ID4, 30.3 cubic feet. Once the BZ4X hits the road, all that eccentricity fades into the background. Thanks to a low center of gravity and the right amount of damping and tire sidewall, the BZ4X's ride is almost Lexus smooth, right up there with the also cushy Venza hybrid crossover. Visibility is good, and exterior noises are hushed but not fully eliminated. Sure, the steering is lifeless, but it's responsive enough and the smaller wheel diameter doesn't feel awkward. The throttle is easy to manipulate, and while I appreciate the ability to boost the regenerative braking, I really wish a true one-pedal mode were available. As it stands, shedding the last 5 miles per hour is left to your own foot. In its most kitted-out form, the BZ4X offers all-wheel drive from 2 electric motors, one on each axle, producing a net 214 horsepower and 248 pound-feet of torque. Even though those numbers don't exactly leap off the page, the Toyota's instantaneous electric torque means passing and other maneuvers are executed with ease. Switching to the EV's Eco mode dulls the throttle response a bit, but since I never find myself wanting more, it's the preferred mode for me. Squeezing every bit of efficiency from the battery is necessary, because the BZ4X's electric heart is on the small side. AWD models get a 72.8 kilowatt-hour pack, which translates to a paltry EPA estimated range of 228 miles in XLE trim and 222 miles in Limited. A single motor, front-wheel drive configuration is available on both trims, and while output is lower at 201 horsepower and 196 pound-feet, it boosts range to either 252 miles, XLE, or 242, Limited. From my time behind the wheel, I'd say the AWD estimates are pretty on par. The onboard computer shows an overall efficiency of about 3.5 miles per kilowatt-hour, about what I achieved on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. EVs are obviously less efficient at higher speeds, where more consistent power is needed to fight the air, and my highway efforts result in a readout of roughly 2.0 miles per kilowatt-hour. Again, that's about what I got in the Ioniq 5, but the Toyota's small battery means a little bit of range anxiety on longer trips. When it comes time to charge, I am again left wishing for some more oomph. The BZ4X's AWD battery chemistry will only accept 100 kilowatt DC fast charging, less than other competitors offer. Moving to the FWD configuration changes the battery chemistry, and in that guise the battery can take up to 150 kilowatts. That's closer to what you'll find from Ford or Volkswagen, but it pales in comparison with the fraternal twins from Hyundai and Kia, which run 800-volt architectures and push the max charging rate up to 225 kilowatts. If you charge at home through a level 2 wall box, expect about 11 hours to go from empty to full. Just plug in when you get home from work, and by the morning it'll be all set to go.